Hey there, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Katie and this is Louisiana Cooking and Living. And today we are continuing our little series here on Valentine's Day of things we can do at home instead of going out and spending a ton of money at a restaurant, because we know these days they are pretty expensive. So today we're doing a special dinner. We've also done chicken Brian, which was last week, and we did an angel food cake. And today we are going to be doing a steak Alfredo pasta. That's what we're going to be making. This is something you can easily make at home. And last year I did a series on Valentine's Day also, and I will leave those videos linked up here in the cards if you wanted to check out any of those. I did barbecued shrimp, I did chicken parmesan, we did a raspberry cheesecake, and a frozen chocolate torte dessert. So if you want to check out any of those videos, you can come back and watch those also. So we're going to get started by making our getting our sweet potatoes ready to go in the oven so that they can roast and get all nice and crispy. We're going to do a maple garlic glazed sweet potato. I'm excited about that little side we're going to have with our pasta. So let's get started getting these ready. All right, we're going to go ahead and get our rolls ready earlier because I buy these for convenience, these frozen Rhodes dinner rolls, and they take 3 to 5 hours to thaw and rise. So we're getting this done earlier in the day. You could just buy rolls at the store or whatever kind of bread you want to serve with this meal. But this is what I like to get and use if I don't have time to make homemade bread. And what I do is I have some melted butter here, and I dip my roll in here all the way around. And they suggest that you leave the, see if you can see this. It has like these little grids on the back side. See if you can see that. There's like little grids here to put that side up. I'm not sure why, but that's what they say to do. So I'm just gonna put these on here. I don't need many tonight. And then I should have done it while they're still wet because that butter freezes pretty quick. We'll get 6 on here. Let me rinse my fingers off real quick. And then I like to shake this everything with the bagel seasoning on here, just to change it up from my usual, but that's what, let me get a spoon. The butter already solidified on there, so it's not wet enough to hold it. So let me pour some of that on there. Pour some of this on here. Ooh, a little clumpy. And we'll leave these on the counter. I'm gonna lay a piece of plastic over the top, and we'll let these sit and thaw and rise throughout the day. Can't have too much butter, huh? All right, so this is gonna sit here on the countertop. If you want it to rise a little faster, you could turn the light on your oven and stick it in there, so it's just a little bit warmer than room temperature, but I have about 5 hours, so I'm gonna leave these on the cold countertop and let them just sit throughout the day. So I'm gonna start out by peeling my sweet potatoes. I have 3 sweet potatoes here, just depending on how many people you're serving as to how much you need. And a little tip I like to do is I put a paper towel down when I'm peeling my potatoes, whether it's a white potato or a sweet potato. And that way I can just fold it all up and throw it in the trash. You don't wanna put potato peels down your garbage disposal. It'll clog that all up. So this is how I like to do it. You could do it over the trash can, but I find if you do that, sometimes you'll spray some of the, like if your potato kind of produces some liquid, and then liquid might not even be the right word, but it'll kind of spray the dirt. So I don't really like the moisture, that's what it is. So let me get these 3 potatoes peeled, and I'm gonna peel my red onion. We're going to throw these together on the sheet pan and get them in the oven. I do have my oven preheating to 400 degrees right now. I want these to get nice and crispy while also getting nice and tender on the inside. So let me get these peeled. All right, I have all my sweet potatoes cut up, and now what I'm gonna do with my red onion is kind of cut about the same size pieces. And we'll just sprinkle these around on here. Roasted red onion gets so sweet, it's so yummy. If you've never done it, you need to try it. I just like to leave them in bigger chunks like this so that they don't burn also. All right, let's start seasoning this up. So instead of using like an olive oil or an avocado oil for this, what I've done is partially cooked some bacon, and I'm gonna use that bacon drippings to grease up or season up my potatoes. All right, have everything peeled. I'm gonna cut the little ends off because they seemed a little bruised up. And what I'm gonna do is just cut these into cubes, trying to be about equal size pieces. We'll just throw all these on the sheet pan. I just want to make sure my potatoes got completely cooked, or my bacon completely cooked while it was in the oven. So I went on and partially cooked the bacon and rendered out some of those drippings. Now we're going to salt all this. I'm not going to put the maple garlic on until later because I don't want the maple syrup to burn. So we'll put that on later. Get this all tossed. All right, let's get this in the oven roasting. This is gonna take the longest. So these are gonna take about 45 minutes, maybe to an hour, depending on what size you cut your potatoes. We'll come back in about 30 minutes and make our maple garlic glaze to go on them, and then put them back in the oven to finish roasting. So we'll be back. So I really wanted to use this fresh rosemary for our pasta sauce because I love rosemary with steak, and because this is going to be a steak Alfredo pasta, I really wanted to incorporate this fresh rosemary into the pasta. Rosemary is very easy to grow out in your flower beds, and it just keeps coming back, or actually doesn't die away. It just stays luscious and beautiful. And so we're going to use our fresh rosemary. So in the meantime, while our potatoes are in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and get our steak ready. These are New York strip steaks that are bone in. I've never seen a bone in New York strip steaks, but this is what was on sale, so this is what I got. You could definitely do this with a flank steak, a skirt steak, a ribeye steak, a sirloin, a filet, really any kind of good steak meat you could do this recipe with. So we have this New York strip, and I'm just gonna do a simple salt and pepper on the outside. It's good to let your meat come to room temperature before you cook it, even if it's a chicken or whatever it is, just so that it's doesn't take as long to cook. And it relaxes all the tissue. So we're gonna just do a little bit of salt and pepper on each one. Just a simple seasoning. The grill's gonna give it a bunch of flavor. If you wanna do this in a cast iron pan with some butter, you can do that. So we're gonna put this on the grill. Flip them over, we're gonna season both sides. We're gonna put some yummy rosemary in our pasta that will go very well with the steak. It'll complement it well. All right, we're gonna set this aside and let these kind of come to room temperature before we get them on the grill. So we are mostly through cooking these. Our bacon is cooking and our potatoes are roasting nicely. And so in my skillet here, what I did was I melted about 3 tablespoons of butter and about a half a cup of maple syrup. And I'm going to add, we'll just say like a half a teaspoon of pep salt. And this is some freeze-dried garlic. And right now, Harvest Right is having a special on their freeze dryers in the month of February. This is 2025. And if you're interested, I have a link in the description box with a discount code. And they're also having a sale. So I'm putting about, I'm gonna say 4-5 cloves of garlic worth of garlic here. This is freeze dried, and then I throw it in a food processor to make garlic powder. Then we're gonna add a little bit of black pepper to this. Ooh, there's a lot of black pepper. Give this a mix. And this is what we're gonna drizzle over our sweet potatoes and put them back in the oven. And this mixture reconstitutes that garlic that was freeze dried. Gonna drizzle this over the top. Give this another toss. Pan is hot. All right, we're gonna get these back in the oven, and then we are gonna start working on our Alfredo sauce for our pasta. So in this pot, it's boiling water. I have some salt in there. I'm gonna be adding a pound of fettuccine. Get this kind of swoosh around in the pot to get them all down in there. And then over in my skillet over here, I have about a half a stick of butter melting. Sorry, you can hear my dog whining. My husband's outside with the grill and he's not happy. He wants to go out there too. All right, to this butter, we're gonna add some of this freeze-dried garlic also. Try to burn her up a little bit. This we're gonna add probably about 10 cloves of garlic worth. Salt to this, some black pepper, a little bit of the Cajun seasoning. We're gonna end up making a roux to thicken our sauce. I know this isn't a classic Alfredo, but this is our little take of Alfredo cream sauce here. So my son's girlfriend gave me this for Christmas. It's for rosemary, and you take your little rosemary and you, let's see, pull it through the holes this way, and it will take all the leaves off the stem. If I can get my stem in there. There we go. Kind of strips your little rosemary. And then we have all our little rosemary here that we can chop up, and we're going to add that into our pasta sauce. Do another one. Oh, take a It has different size holes in here. I'm gonna pick a smaller hole. There we go. I'm gonna put a rosemary in here also. Add a little bit of olive oil. We don't want our butter to burn. And to this, I'm going to add some flour. I'm going to do about, it's probably a little bit less than a quarter of a cup. Just cook this for a minute to get the raw taste out of our flour. And next we're going to add, this isn't much chicken stock, I'm just doing a little bit of this. My whipping cream is super thick, so this is going to be about a third of a cup of chicken stock. And then I have to get some more whipping cream out. Thought there was more in this one. So we're going to add about a half a cup of cream total here. And this is all going to depend on how much sauce you need for your noodles. You can always add more cream if you need more sauce. To this, I'm going to add some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Just dump it all. That was about a quarter of a cup. I'm going to bring this up to a simmer, and then we'll taste it. And I'm going to add some red pepper flakes. Alright, we're going to bring this to a simmer so it'll thicken up, we'll get the noodles ready, and then we'll combine these two, and then we'll get our steak done. Alright, so our sweet potatoes are almost done, so we're going to get our rolls in the oven here. Let's see if I can make some room. I turned my oven down to 350 for these rolls, and the sweet potatoes can finish cooking off at 350. Actually, I think I'm going to pull them. Let's see if we can get a look at that. All right, our noodles are ready. We're going to add them to our sauce. Make sure we don't need any more cream added to the sauce. I did end up adding about another half a cup of the cream, so we're at about a cup total. And then I added about a quarter of a cup of my pasta water to thin it out just a little bit more. And we're looking good. Wait on that steak to come out off the grill. You gotta cook your steak however, done as you want. If it's medium rare, medium. Alrighty. We will be back when it is time to plate this up. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our steak, and this way you can stretch your steak if you do it this way instead of giving everybody a whole steak. We're going to cut it off the bone, of course, if you don't have a bone. You don't have to worry about this step. And then we're going to slice it. This one's cooked medium. And we will serve it on top of our pasta. Trying to get the pasta. We're going to get some of our steak and lay that over the top. Sprinkle with a little parsley. We have our yummy roll. And then our maple glazed sweet potatoes. Alrighty, let's give this all a try. Why are you staring at me while I'm trying to be stupid? You make me feel a little stupid. You want to come taste test? All right, we're gonna try it. A bite of our steak. These maple glazed sweet potatoes, nice and tender. Those are good. My husband likes to put balsamic vinegar on those also. So if you want a little bit of tang, but yet sweet, you can also drizzle balsamic vinegar on those. Let's give our pasta a little try here. Can't get just a little bit. Let's taste this. The rosemary in there. That rosemary goes good with that steak. Complements it very well. My son is ready to get a bite. Let's see. Give him a bite. You want noodles with your steak or just steak?
Just steak. Wow. Wow.
I'll let me give this recipe a try. And thanks for watching. And we're gonna add our little playlist over here on the side if you want to check out some more videos. I'll put my logo over here and you can touch that to subscribe. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
That's good. Make it.